Okay, so today we are doing estimating products using multiples. So here's what we're going to do. Our problem is 41 divided by 3. Are you guys all on this page?
Yeah.
41 divided by 3.
Oh no.
So we know that the opposite of division is multiplication, the inverse. So we know that whatever we have right here times 3 is going to give us 41, right?
Mm-hmm.
Just like this. If 10 divided by 2 is 5, then if we work backwards, Reese, and we say 5 times 2 would equal 10, right? So whatever we get right here is when we multiply it by 3 would give us about 41. So the way that we do this is we start finding, Cash, have a seat, stop writing. We're going to have a conversation in a bit, okay? So you just told me that you don't understand this and yet you're drawing. Is that a good decision, do you think?
No.
I definitely agree. So we're going to start multiplying 3 times numbers we choose to try to get close to 41. If you go to your multiplication table and you find the 3 row, and you guys, your multiplication table goes up to 15. So 13, 39, 14, 42, 15, 45. Is that what yours looks like?
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
good. Okay. Look. You go to the 3 row. We're looking for 41. Do you see 2 numbers that 41 is in between?
Yes.
On the 3 row. What
Yes.
are they?
42 and 45.
Nope.
No,
39 and 42. Jace, we're doing 40. We're looking for 41. Okay, so 42 and 45 are both bigger than 41.
But the answer to it would be 42. It's 14. You would round.
We're looking for 2 numbers that 41 is in between, which is 39 and 42, right? Okay. And now, to find our answer, we go up. That means that our answer is about 13 or 14. Is 41 closer to 39 or 42?
42.
42. That means our answer is about 14. So therefore, if we multiply or divide 41 by 3, we would get about 14. Okay, you with me?
Mm-hmm.
So your answers are going to be on this top row when you use your multiplication table, when you're able to. So 3 times 13 is 39. 3 times 14 is 42. Since 42 is closer to 41 than 39 is, our answer is about 14. This is what you need to write down. 3 times 13 equals 39. 3 times 14 equals 42. Circle the 14 since it's closest. 41 would go between those. So we're going to write equals about 14. Okay? For those of you watching at home, this symbol means about. It's kind of like a sloppy N or a single digit N. That's my N, but this is kind of a...
Or like a sideways S.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Get that copy down. Next one we're going to do is 192 divided by 5. Now if we go to the 5 row, are we able to use our multiplication table for this one?
No.
Why not? What's the highest your 5 row goes to?
60.
60. And 192 is a long way from 60.
Yeah.
Okay? So that means we're not going to want to multiply 5 times 1 and get 5. 5 times 2 and get 10. That would take forever, right? So we're going to have to go multiply 5 times bigger numbers. So if we started with 10, that would equal 50. That's still a long ways away. This is kind of like a trial and error thing. Try one, see if it works. If it doesn't, try a different one. Okay? So what would you guys suggest we multiply 5 times? That's going to get us close to 192. Ella?
It will be a little bit higher, but 5 times 20.
Okay, let's try it out. 5 times 20. Our basic fact is 5 times 2, which is 10, with a 0 behind it. That's getting us closer. Landon?
5 times 60.
5 times 60. 5 times 6 is 30, with a 0 behind it. That's too big, right? We do have, let me clarify something. We do have 2 numbers that 192 is in between, but we need to get closer, okay? Because there's a long way between 20 and 60. So let's back up from 60 and choose a smaller number. Okay, Shelby?
5 times 30.
5 times 30, let's try it. 5 times 3 is 15 with a 0 behind it. That's getting closer. Okay, so what's another one? Juliet?
5 times 60.
We already did that one. Dakota?
5 times 40.
5 times 40, let's try it out. 5 times 40. 5 times 4 is 20 with a 0 behind it. Do we have 2 numbers up here that 192 is in between?
Yes.
192 would go right here. So what would our answer be? Jace?
Closest to 100. No, 200.
Okay, so what would our answer be? Jace?
200. 40.
Stop flirting. Unless your name is Jace, you do not have permission. What would our answer be then?
40?
It would be the 40 because it's the partner number, right? It's not going to be the 5 because that's what we already have that factor. So it's the 40. So this is what you need to write down. 5 times 30 equals 150. 5 times 40 equals 200. 196 fits between 150 and 200.
192.
Oh, thank you, Jace. 192. And did I copy it? Yeah, I did. Okay. And 192 is closer, or 200 is closer to 192 than 150 is. So that means our answer would be about 40. And then, so we're going to write about 40. And then we have to ask if that makes sense if we work backwards. Is 40 times 5 about 192? Yes, because it's 200. All right. You get all that copied down? Okay, 3 more.
Yay.
Okay. All right, 90 divided by 7. So we're going to start, first thing we're going to do is start multiplying 7 times whatever numbers you guys pick. That's going to get us close to 90. Okay, so let's look at our multiplication table. If we go to the 7 row,
91.
that's what 13 times 7 is. Okay, do you see 2 numbers on your multiplication table that on the 7 row, that 90 is in between? So go to the 7 row of your multiplication table. Everybody look at your 7 row. Reese, right here, look at your 7 row. Slide over until you find where 90 would be. Is there a spot where 90 could be? Between what two numbers?
84 and 91.
84 and 91. 84 and 91. Now slide up and tell me what 7's partner is to get to 84.
11 and 12.
No, 12 and 13.
Look.
Okay, you see, Sophie?
Oh yeah, no, it's
Okay. So, is 90 closer to 84 or 91?
91.
So that means our answer would be about what?
13.
13. Good job, guys. Okay, so this is what you should write down. 7 times 12 equals 84. 7 times 13 equals 91. 90 would fit between 84 and 91. It's closer to 91, so we're going to circle the partner number of 13 and then write equals about 13. It makes it a lot easier when they're on your multiplication table, but they aren't always, so you have to use your basic facts and zeros to help you with those.
Miss,
What?
if that and or about symbol, it's a 2, sideways 2.
Kind of. Okay, here we go. 67 divided by 4. We're going to start multiplying 4 times certain numbers. If you go to the 4 row, what's the highest that your multiplication table goes up to?
60.
60. So, is 60 pretty close to 67?
Yes.
So we're going to go 4 times 15 equals 60. And we know 67 will go right after 60. What could we multiply 4 times to get another number close to 67? Landon?
16.
16. So I'm glad that you said 16, Landon, and you can do that. But since we're estimating products, we want to do as much as we can mentally in our heads. So if you can't do 16 times 4 easily, you can go all the way to 20. Does that make sense? So we can put 20 here and go 80. Will that work? So 4 times 20, because obviously it's just 4 more than 60. 16 times 4 is 64. But, and we can see that, but you can also do this and it would work with 15, with our answer being about 15. Okay? All right. So 4 times 15 equals 60, and 4 times 20 equals 80. And 67 would go in between 60 and 80. And 67 is closer to 60.
So the answer would be about 50.
Uh-huh. Equals about 15. Okay, 281 divided by 9. So our multiplication table doesn't go up high enough, so we're going to have to use our brain power. So 9 times something that equals close to 280. 9 times something that equals close to 280. What do you want to start with? Shelby? 45. Can you do 9 times 45 in your head?
No.
Remember, we're estimating, so we want to do numbers we can do in our head. Now, Shelby, if you're saying the answer of 45, like 9 times 5, that's not close enough to 281. We're looking for numbers that go right here that we're multiplying 9 times. Reese, what do you think? Let's not poke ourselves with pencils. Stay focused. What do you want to multiply 9 times to get close to 281? Huh? 9 times 9 only gives us 81. That's a long way from 281. Okay, stay with me, okay? Dakota?
9 times 20.
9 times 20. Let's see what Dakota's got here. 9 times 20. 9 times 2 is 18 with a 0 behind it. That's pretty close, okay? Not too far. We could probably get closer though, right? Colin,
9 times 30.
let's try it out. 9 times 30. 9 times 3 is 27 with a 0 behind it. Bingo, we're getting close now. So we have to do another one because 270 is smaller. So I heard 35. Can you do 9 times 35 in your head?
Wait, it has to be 9 40.
Let's try it out. 9 times 40.
360.
9 times 4 is 36 with a 0 behind it. Is that bigger than 281?
Yes.
Which is closer to 281, 270 or 360?
270.
There we go. So we're not going to copy this answer down. We're just going to do the 2 problems.
Miss Peterson, so when we get to like the one where we do on can we do it on marker boards for like those?
Absolutely, yes,
And
yes.
just write it down on the paper.
Yes, absolutely. That is what I was going to tell you guys that you could do.
I'm kind of scared.
I'm actually going to do one more with you. Okay, so no, Ella. But I do want you to learn how to do it, okay? Okay. All right, so get that copied down. The other problem I'm going to do with you was kind of a weird one. So we're going to do it together. It's number 9. 220 divided by 8. This is problem number 9. 220 divided by 8. So if we go to the 8 row, the biggest we get is about 100 and something. So
120.
So we're not going to use our multiplication table. So what do we multiply 8 times to get close to 220? Start thinking in your head. 8 times 10 is 80. 8 times 20 would be 160. Start thinking like that, okay? Because our multiplication table goes all the way to 15.
Those are we getting that now? No, that has
Our multiplication table goes all the way to 15, and if we're not able to use that, Reese, if we're not able to use our multiplication table, then we need to think of numbers bigger than 15 to multiply 8 by. Okay? Ella.
20.
Okay? 8 times 20. 8 times 2 is 16 with a 0 behind it. Okay, maybe? We'll see. What number do I love besides numbers with zeros behind them? Ethan?
You love 25, so I'm going to say 30.
I'm going to say 25 first. 8 times 25. I do love 25s. If you have 8 quarters, how much money do you have?
$1.
8 quarters.
$2.
$2, which is how many cents?
200.
200 cents. 8 times 25 is 200. Oh, we're getting closer. Ethan said 8 times 30. 240. Is 220 between 200 and 240? Which is closer?
200. It's a tie.
It's a tie. That's why we're doing this one together.
So that means it's equal.
It's equal. So what we're going to do, since it's a tie, is we're going to do an actual multiplication problem. We're going to do 8 times 26. 26 times 8. 8 times 6 is 48. Put down the 8, carry the 4. 8 times 2 is 16 plus 4 is 20. So we're going to use 26 and 208 instead. Okay? So normally I don't want you to spend a bunch of time doing problems like this. I want you to do them with mental math. But since 200 and 240 were the same distance away from 220, I decided to do it. So which is closer to 220, 208 or 240? 208 is 12 away. Remember, 200 was 20 away from 220, so 208 would be closer to 220. It's only 12 away. This is 20 away. This is what you need to write down. This is number 9. Don't write this on number 7.
Do we write all 3 of them?
Nope.
Can I go to my swords?
In a minute. Okay, copy that down if you haven't already. Jace, did you get the 26 one? Okay. All right. So, you guys, that is it for the ones we're doing today.